I was going to do the standard thing where I sit outside and I smoke a cigar and I have some whiskey. However, it is super nasty outside and Jocelyn is out messing with the horses, so I thought I'll just light me up a fire inside and drink a little Knob Creek smoked maple. It's kind of like a dessert, bourbon. I don't know, it's pretty solid. I mean, it's fine. Again, if you're like a big bourbon connoisseur, this may be not like a thing that you would super love. Kind of syrupy, but overall pretty good. I don't know what happened this year for me compared to what happened last year. I was excited about the Revolt X. 34-inch axle to axle, the specs were like right in there, and it was just a disaster for me for some reason. I spent more time shooting that bow than I did any of the other bows, and I don't know what to say. I was very hesitant about going and shooting another Bowtech this year, but obviously I'm gonna go to the shop and just do it. So I drove down to Taylor's Archery in kind of a distant Nashville suburb. So that Bowtech did a bunch of different bows this year. They did like the Solution, they did the Solution SS, which is the super smooth, which is their 30-inch axle to axle. And then they've still got the Revolt X. They've got the Solution SD, which sounds like maybe it's kind of for smaller humans. 30-inch axle to axle, but the draw links max out on that one at 28.5. So the only real option for me, other than going and trying to get another Revolt X and seeing if that would work for me, was the new Solution. And I was pleasantly surprised. The big issue that I had last year with the Revolt is when the shot would end, it would kick to the left on me. And no matter what I was doing, it didn't matter. I pushed as hard as I could. I added a bunch of different crazy stabilizers. I literally, took the deadlock system all the way to one side, all the way to the other side, out of center shot, in center shot. I mean, I literally retied the D-loop on that thing, remeasured everything 3 different times. I mean, I really tried to do it. Really tried to. Go to the shop, pick up the Solution, felt great. I don't get it. Cams are, the draw cycle felt about the same as it did on the Revolt. For me, being a 30-inch draw, when you get right to the tail end, it's still got that huge stack before it kind of lets off, but the rest of the draw is very smooth. It was on that comfort setting on the mod. What I wish Bowtech would do is do something for guys that are like 28.5 to 31, where they do some sort of cam tweak to get rid of that nasty stack at the end, because when it goes over to performance mode, it's way worse. I got a lot of grief for the Bowtech video because a lot of guys that were like 28-inch draws were saying, this is the best, smoothest bow I've ever shot. And there are a lot of people that I respect that are shooting the Revolt X and really like it. So I think that it had to do with me and my draw length, and then whatever the hell the deal was with the kick out. I literally never figured it out, but for some reason, with the grip being exactly the same on the Solution that I was shooting at the shop, no problems. The deadlock system that Bowtech has, the tunability of the Bowtech is so appealing. And I've talked to 2 guys that are shooting their big 38-inch target bow this year, and both of them are like, it is amazing. It holds super steady, and the fact that when I'm out, all I have to do if I want to tweak something is take out the Allen wrench. That's it. Like, I just take out my Allen wrench and bam, I'm good to go. I started redoing my traverse for the 3D season coming up here. I'm gonna use that for the first part of the season until the new bow that I've got comes in. And I was like, I'm taking this all the way down. I'm not moving the rest. I'm keeping it right in center shot, and I'm gonna move the top hats around, and I'm gonna sand them off if I want to try to get this thing exactly perfect right down the middle. And let me tell you, it's a pain in the butt. Putting it on the bow press, taking the axles out, pulling up, the cams are hanging, the whole deal. The Bowtech, man, you just screwing stuff to move the cams over. I mean, this is the only thing that I wonder. I wonder about is Mathews like a tank? Like, are they just like a tank where you get inside of it and you know that that sucker is not moving because of the way it's built? It's just poof. The guys at Bowtech actually called me and they wanted to talk about my video because naturally, I get more calls from companies actually when I say bad stuff about them than when I say good stuff about them. So not surprisingly, Mathews has not called me, which is one of the reasons that I wanted to maybe talk a little crap about Mathews tonight. Maybe they will call me. When they called me from Bowtech, they wanted to kind of talk through some of the stuff that I'd said where, you know, hey, we use a different aluminum for the cams. It's a stronger aluminum, which is why we can get away with what appears to be a more fragile cam. And they talked about, you know, the end of the draw cycle and just a few other things. I don't want to go into a ton of detail, but basically they're being intentional about what they're doing. They're building bows that they think are going to feed a large market segment, which is 99% of the people that don't have a bow press and all the tools set up at home to be able to work on their bow. That's hugely appealing. The 2021 bow lineup across all the manufacturers is better this year across the board than it was last year. And the two bows that were, to me, very easy to throw out last year, the Hoyt and the Bowtech, they're right in the hunt. They're right in the hunt. Like, it is a very tight year as far as the quality and the shootability of all those bows go. It is impressive to me that even though we're only making small little incremental changes in the industry, everyone, to me, this year got better. Maybe if you were turned off to Bowtech last year by my review of the Revolt X, go give it a shot. Go see what you think. I mean, I think that the Solution, to me, had a lot to offer. 32-inch axle to axle, a little short for me. I'm not, I just found myself kind of dipping my head into it, so the Solution will not be on my list for this year as far as bows that I'm going to buy. But I kind of wish I had it. It's a pretty sweet bow. I'd say that I'm going to sit here and continue to drink this, but I'm probably going to chug it and then I'm going to go do the dishes, which are right over there in the other room. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Brandon McDonald. Seriously? Right when I sit down, it's 9 o'clock at night. Who's texting me? Erwin, don't touch the camera. No, it's a dog. Like, why would he even remotely be interested in metal legs and a camera? If you pee on my coat, I've been meaning to put outtakes at the end of videos, and apparently this is going to be one of those videos where there's outtakes. They're right in the hunt. Like, it is a very tight year as far as the quality and the shootability of all those bows go. All those bows goes. All bows those goes. Hello, and thank you for coming inside with me today. I feel like I'm stealing that from somebody.